To traffic something means to deal or trade in something illegal. Most commonly, there is drug trafficking, firearm trafficking, and human trafficking, or trafficking in persons. Although drug trafficking is the most profitable crime in the world, trafficking in persons has now surpassed firearms and is second. This is because you can rent out and use a person multiple times a day, year after year. Trafficking in persons is a $150 billion a year industry. Worldwide sexual exploitation and forced labor each account for 39% of trafficking victims. A combination of the two make up another 10%. Forced criminal activity is 10% and 2% are trafficked for other reasons. In South Africa, 48% are trafficked for sexual exploitation, 43% for labor, and 9% for other reasons like begging, marriage, illegal adoption, and organ removal. More than twice as many women are victims of trafficking compared to men, and a shocking 60% of victims are children. As mentioned in previous Let's Talk episodes, exploitation is the foundation of many crimes, including trafficking. In fact, the purpose of trafficking in persons is for exploitation. The idea that trafficking victims are snatched off the street, taken away in a van, and locked in a room rarely happens. Instead, victims are vulnerable people who have been deceived by false promises of employment, education, or a relationship. The law defines trafficking based on 3 elements: the acts, what is done, the means, how it is done, and the purpose, why it is done. Together, these 3 elements equal trafficking in persons. When someone responds to a social media ad for a waitressing job, only to arrive and be put on the streets to be sexually exploited, they have been trafficked. They were recruited and deceived for sexual exploitation. When a man is taken from one city to another, his family is given money for his consent, and he's forced to work 7 days a week without a fair wage. He was delivered, payment was given for consent, and exploited for labor, and therefore he was trafficked. There are many ways people become victims, but as long as one of each element is present, it is trafficking in persons. When it comes to children under the age of 18, the means does not need to be present. All you need is acts and a purpose for it to be child trafficking. Since all trafficking has the purpose of exploitation, and we understand that exploitation is the foundation of the prostitution system, we can easily see the connection. They have a supply and demand relationship. Legalizing the prostitution system increases the demand, and sex traffickers are eager to fill that demand with their supply. That is why the Sankara equality model is so important. It was developed by listening to survivors of sexual exploitation and prostitution. This model seeks to end the demand by decriminalizing the prostituted person while still prosecuting pimps and third-party exploiters. It also offers exit programs, education, and training. South Africa has already made good steps in the fight against trafficking. They have joined with other countries and signed international agreements containing legal obligations to oppose prostitution and exploitation in all its forms. Legalizing the prostitution system contradicts these legal obligations. Now that you understand the connection between sex trafficking and the prostitution system, you know how important it is to say no to any piece of legislation that will hinder law enforcement's ability to fight trafficking. Instead, tell your lawmakers to say yes to the Sankara equality model, which assists people exiting the prostitution system while still punishing those who benefit from their exploitation.